Happy Friday, y'all. Tonight is live stream night, but real quick, I wanted to jump on and share a quick story from last night. I went to our local favorite bike night watering hole last night, down south in Lauderdale, about 50 some odd miles from my house, but I was down there working on the 131 project with Alligator Alley as far as like when we're going to do it. Watch for that video sometime this weekend. And things went bad. And I just thought maybe we should talk a little bit about what to do at bike night or anywhere if something goes bad with your bike and somebody hurts it. So in short, I got to bike night last night. I started calling buddies and said, I know this isn't planned, but I don't know if you're out rolling tonight or wherever you want to meet at Cafe 27 for a drink, or 27 or 43, whatever. Come on up, we'll hang out. And sure enough, my brother Joe and his wife Annette and a couple friends, they were like, oh, yeah, we're in the area. So they popped up and we hung out all night. And we're sitting there at the little tiki table at the back having our drinks. And suddenly, a dude I know from a local motorcycle club walks up and goes, hey, brother, where's your bike at? And I'm like, it's in front of the outbuilding that has the bathrooms. This is a truck stop / tiki bar on the side of Highway 27. In the Lauderdale, Weston area. Really cool place. So if you're ever down in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale area, look up Cafe 27. Neat biker bar off the side of the highway. Anywho, because it's a truck stop, there's like a shower house, right? And that's where the toilets are if you're at Cafe 27 having drinks. I'm like, it's parked out in front of the shower house. And he goes, some bikes down. A couple of them bad. And I'm like, God damn it. Because Cafe 27 is a great place, but it's also a location that involves hijinks from time to time and shenanigans. So I run out there and I'm like, oh, mine's fine. And I walk a little further down, and then I see this. So that happened. So this dude had this truck and he decided to not know what the fuck he's doing. And so he knocked over a bike, into that bike. And my brother Coach's bike was right next to it. So this is where bike night can go bad. I don't know if they found the dude yet. I mean, police on the way or something, or?
Bro, your bike was right.
I moved your... Yeah. Bad night, right? For some people. So a little more information on what had happened. What happened was, when I first got to Cafe 27 and my buddy Joe got there, I was showing him the Black Knight, the douchebagger. And this dude pulls up behind me in that truck. I don't know if you saw much in the video. I wasn't thinking very clearly when I did that video. I should have done some more. But that truck was roughly a 1940s COE truck. COE stands for cab over engine. And a COE is a super sought after format, for lack of a better word, of classic truck that are often bought. They're really rare. They're worth a whole bunch of money. And dudes fix them up, custom paint them or whatever, and they just, use them as show shop trucks or just show trucks or whatever. Anyway, so we're standing there with the bike, and all of a sudden that dude pulls up behind us in that COE, and he yells, hey, is there a band tonight? And I'm like, yeah. So I don't appreciate that sort of interaction, first off. Maybe I am a jerk, but If people coming up to me and saying, hey, I watch the channel, awesome. Let's talk. Let's, talk bikes, whatever. But if I don't know you, I'm not your goddamn tour guide. Come up and ask me, is there a band tonight? What kind of music do they play? And I'm like, I don't know. Park your truck, get your happy ass out, walk in there and see. Anyway. So I'm like, what a schmuck. And I'm watching the guy for a minute. And I immediately think to myself, Miamian. So, not to be too hard on the fair city that I moved down to about 10 years ago, 12 years ago now, actually. Miami's a cesspool, shithole pile of terrible people and fraudsters. It just is. There's some wonderful people, too. I mean, my wife, born and raised in Miami. Her family's been in Miami since the 60s. There are some awesome people, too. But there are more shitbags per capita in the city of Miami than I think any frickin' place on earth. They come down here, they come from wherever, they have a little bit of money in their pocket, they buy expensive cars, live with their mom because they can't afford to have a house because they have to buy the BMW M3. They don't buy insurance. It's the fraud capital of the country. The state of Florida is. I mean, like it's we jokingly say all the time, there's a slogan that says this is a sunny place for shady people. 'Tis true. So anyway, so I'm looking at this guy, and we had his number immediately. Like, all right, he didn't build that truck. He wrote a check. He bought a COE. He thinks he's cool. He comes to bike night to show it off, and he's a putz. You can tell he's a putz. The thing sticking to me anyway. What happened was, later on that evening, the dumb shit didn't know how to drive the truck that he had bought, and evidently didn't have a neutral safety switch or anything installed. Am I saying that correctly? She'd start in gear. And he started it in reverse. The truck had a big old diesel in it, and she fired up backwards and drove up on those bikes and, parked high side on them, and then he pulled off of them. The fat boy, I don't know, you can't see that well in the video. The fat boy tank was caved in. Left side foot controls were just liquefied into the primary. Like it was, and ask the guy, it was a 2000, the fat boy. It's probably totaled, right? I mean, because an insurance company is going to give you $5 for it, maybe, I don't know, somewhere in there, and it had $5,000 of damage, no doubt. Bars were crooked, and then we noticed that the risers were snapped. By the time you put labor in that with the tank and the floor controls, and probably the primary, I'm sure, was all scarred up, it's going to be totaled. Anyway, the guy with the truck is standing there. The dude who owns the bike comes out, and he was cool-headed like you wouldn't believe. I was impressed with the way this dude handled it. Young guy. And what the deal was, he owned both of those bikes. And his buddy was in out of town and rides, and so he loaned him the fat boy to go to bike night together. And then the putz in the truck drives over his bikes. And he handled it well. He's like, hey, insurance. And the guy with the truck immediately, oh, we don't have to get insurance involved. I'll pay for it. Brothers and sisters, this is where we're going to stop right now. I turned to that dude and was like, you call the police right now. You get photographs of that MFer and his truck, and you get interviews. I'm like, I'll hang out for a while if you want. A bunch of people were hanging out, so we ended up walking on. But you get statements. You get evidence. Because this guy is gonna freaking dodge on you. He ain't gonna pay for them bikes. I'm surprised he stuck around. I mean, the reason why he did is because probably people would have pulled him out of the cab of the truck if he tried to get away. Because evidently there's a lot of witnesses to it. But, dudes, if someone damages your bike with a car at bike night, they back into it, knock it over, and cause a freaking domino effect, that person does not leave until the popo is there. It is documented. They have his driver's license. They have, depends on the state. Florida's a little weird because we have a no-fault state. But still, I want documentation that says that MFer right there owes me for the damages that were done to my motorcycles. I want that documented somewhere. And I don't believe the guy did it, which is a damn tragedy. He was too nice. Because I gave him my number and sent him the picture I'd taken. Because he immediately ran out and picked the bikes up. I'm like, you really should have documented more like the situation. So he runs out and he picks the bikes up, and I introduced myself and said, like, I have a picture I took for you if that helps, and I sent it to him. And today, and I said I have a video because I had this little camera with me, and I did that little shot I just showed. And he texted me today going, can you send me that video you took of the truck running over the bikes? I'm like, well, I don't have a video of the truck running over the bikes. Not like while it was happening. I have a picture, I have a video after the fact. What do you think? I was standing there videoing, hey, drive him over now. Like it was staged. So anyway, I just wanted to jump on here and share, that like damn tragedy that happened to those bikes, but don't trust nobody. If someone damages your bike, don't let them get out of there without law enforcement documenting it and getting it on paper that dude right there hit my bike with his truck. Just the guy saying, oh, well, I'll take care of it. I'm doing this because that's the way they talk. Da-da-da-da-da-da, not a problem. Da-da-da. No. Mm-mm. Don't trust them. They're liars. I guarantee that guy ain't going to take care of his bikes. But I feel bad for the dude, but just want to jump on here and say there's a lesson to be learned. If your bike gets damaged at bike night, make sure you got all the proof on earth to prove that dude did it. So that's it. See you tonight for the live stream, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have some drinks and shots of Fireball. I might get downright shady. It's quickly turning into a telethon of sorts because diesel is $5.70 a gallon, and I have to burn 500 gallons of it in a couple weeks. So you might see me dancing in a tutu if I have to. Look, man, don't judge me. All right? See y'all tonight. Love y'all to death. Take care of each other out there. Bye.